Today was the first 5 a.m. game. So
How did you feel about 5 a.m.? This is the first time we had to wake up 5 a.m. to watch a game.
I didn't have that much of a problem with it. It's just that I also woke up at 4 a.m. to catch my flight the night prior. So that is why I'm like.
So your body's prepared for it?
No. I'm like, this is the time I really want to be sleeping. And part of me was like, oh, come on, Argentina, they're gonna just absolutely wipe the floor.
I'm not even getting coffee. I'll watch the first 15 minutes of this. I'll watch the first 8 goals that Argentina's gonna score, and then I'll go to bed.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I almost didn't need coffee. What a game!
Yeah. So let's start there and go through the day. Argentina gets an early penalty, which I thought we should talk about this because now there's some precedent. All the referees have discussed and basically said like, all right, there's no hugging, no holding, no wrap, no full arm tackle.
Two things
in the box.
They're protecting the players in the box from putting your arms around another player and sort of being too close to them so that they fall. Whether it's your legs get tangled or you carry them down, any of that will immediately be called a penalty. The other thing is if the ball rolls out for 2 seconds, they're adding 2 seconds to the clock. There's 45 minutes after every game.
The rules of soccer are different now. Yeah. They've literally changed everything in this World Cup. It's kind of wild.
Here's what I think is happening. I think they're getting us closer to VAR just being an ever-present part of the game where the referee is being told across the board.
Robot referees?
Robot referee, dude. We got drones with whistles, bro, and balls, bro, just like my feet. I got whistles on there, too. No, I think it's like VAR is constantly watching the game and giving feedback to the ref. I think we're getting closer to that. And, 2, remember they're testing. FIFA is testing stopping the clock so when the ball goes out
I have heard
and
that.
other things so that the game just stops at 90 minutes, which I don't think is possible because then you run into that NBA thing of like we need to add a second back to the clock because the ball went out at this exact split second, that kind of dumb stuff. So I don't agree that that's a good thing, but they're trying to get it to where the stop clock the stoppage time or injury time is not important or not a part of the game anymore. And I think this way is a way of annoying fans enough to talk about it so they can make that change.
Maybe. And I saw, I wish I had
it's a little wag the dog.
I wish I had an Excel spreadsheet in front of me to display this, but I did see.
Instead, you have a backwards baseball cap, and you look like a character from the Recess cartoons.
Whatever. I wore the hat front the other day, and now
you swapped it,
for
bro.
continuity's sake. I'm trying to. Well, for the lack of, I don't want the continuity. It's like it's 2 separate days. It's two separate days. Anyway,
it is 2 separate days though, because we know what happened in these games.
But the people are gonna see the hat. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's wearing the hat every day." Anyway,
we pack light. Leave us alone.
I saw a stat, I saw this highlighted. It said that on average, and I think it was maybe last year, they basically found the average of how many minutes the ball is actually in play in a soccer match. And it's about 55. So about 55 minutes, you're actually seeing the ball play within the lines
but that's
not stopping.
Here's the thing. I don't agree that is the most significant. I mean, it's the most significant, but I don't think that's the only significant part of the game. There is something to be said about setting up a wall and setting up a free kick
and
that
agree.
gamesmanship that's attached to that.
But
the ball doesn't have to be rolling for there to be
but
game happening.
They want to get that number up from 55, 55 is still a lot.
What should be the number?
I don't know what the number should be.
You tell me. What do you think?
The number
if you were Gianni Infantino, redhead freckled Gianni Infantino.
Did that number 55 doesn't surprise you a little bit? It seems a little low.
It does seem a little low.
Game. So I would if I didn't see that number and I would have just guessed how many minutes the ball's actually in play, I would have probably said about like 70.
Yeah, I would have said 72, but 70 as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think taking that number down means less whistles, and that's not what's happening here.
Okay. Yeah.
So much more is being called. Again, we talked about the U.S. game. 2 yellows were given out in the first 20 minutes. It seems like there's more stoppages now. They're calling the game tighter. And also this new offside virtual reality thing they're doing.
Yeah, which I don't mind it.
It sucks.
I wouldn't say it sucks.
It's a little too much. I mean, I'm starting to get to one of these people.
It's either too much or it sucks. Which is it?
It's both.
It cannot be both.
No, it's both. It sucks because it's too much.
It's
At some
accurate.
Point, I know, but this is the thing. It's a little too accurate. Bro, like, I was never this guy. I am after this. Bro, we need to have vibes are much more important than being 100% accurate.
Okay.
Bro, the guy's shoulder is on the other side of the wall they have.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, but bro, come on. Did you see it? You know?
Yeah, look, I could see why.
If we know this, then call it immediately. Stop making them play it out.
No, but that's the thing. So just to clarify, this new VAR or this new offside technology is not instantly available. It takes about 5 minutes to receive that information. So they are still using the regular lines that you see in the Premier League and in other leagues.
But the production gets the new.
So they get that technology. They use that as a reference to be like, this is why it was offside, and it's more accurate.
Yo, get a couple M2 Maxes, bro.
That's it. Yeah, install some RAM in them computers, FIFA.
Bro, this is your moment.
Okay, I'm here to help. Man, nice little graphics card.
You know, you look at when you're not using it, you can mine for Bitcoin.
Okay. So yeah, I can see why Argentina would be a little bit frustrated, but Saudi Arabia gave credit. They played them. The strategy: play a high line, offside trap, got them every single time. There were 7, I believe, offside calls. It might have been more. And how many? There were 3 goals taken back from offside because of offside. Argentina, we're not the better team here.
What do you think this means? Like, is this it? Is Messi done? If they lose the next match, they're out of the World Cup.
They haven't lost in 36 matches. This is their first loss.
They would have broken a record had they won this.
Yeah.
They should have. Like, when you crank one before a first date, you know what I mean? Okay. You got to take a L. Get it out of the system, bro.
Sure, if that's what this is, yeah.
You know what I mean?
This was, this game was just self-pleasure for Argentina.
Let me tell you something. Those Saudi Arabian fans are enjoying themselves a little bit, if that's allowed.
I don't look. I still think they get out of the group, and I still think they can top the group. To be honest.
So you think they bounce back from this? You don't think this is a sign of?
I think after that first half, they played. They got the penalty, which I thought was wildly soft, and I thought they played with a little. But
this is also a string of soft penalties.
Sure. But as far as how it affected Argentina, I think it gave them a little bit of false sense of confidence. But you can tell that they approach this game, the first game in the World Cup, like we're supposed to win this whole thing. Destiny. Everybody's talking about Messi, and this is his final World Cup. And
they had the vibe of let's just not get injured out there, boys.
Yeah, and they didn't take Saudi Arabia seriously. That's really what it was. And even in the second goal, which was an absolute golazo, unbelievable stuff. Even the first goal I thought was very impressive, but that second goal was incredible. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Romero or Otamendi that they slid to challenge that shot.
Right.
But he sort of slid with the presumption
this dude ain't gonna be able to cut it back.
He slid with let me slide to block the pass he's about to make. You could tell that was his. He
doesn't have the skill enough to do something around my slide.
Right.
And then he got whoop.
And yeah, and you could tell. Look, it seemed like he wasn't challenging the shot. He was challenging a pass, and then he slightly corrected when it was a little too late. But I don't think most people expected that shot to come. Emi Martinez definitely did not. And I think they just completely underestimated Saudi Arabia, who had a gigantic fan base who were supporting.
Apparently, those are the 2 teams with the highest ticket sales. Saudi Arabia and Argentina.
I can see that. So I saw an interview with a fan after the game, and he was just in tears. I don't know if you heard that Saudi Arabia is going to have now a national holiday tomorrow to celebrate this victory. I don't know if it's going to be an annual holiday, but tomorrow is a national holiday for Saudi Arabia in Saudi Arabia to celebrate the fact that they won.
Bro,
this is such a tremendous
the vibes
victory.
at Saudi Arabia got to be incredible.
Bro, I got a notification from New York Times. Argentina loses Saudi Arabia. I'm like, yo, New York Times, they don't give a shit about this.
Bro, I got a notification from the New York Star Ledger that said Saudi Arabia bossed Argentina. Argentina dusty.
Smacked them up.
Yo, Argentina got jugged. Shouts to the Star Ledger, bro.
So it's really an incredible victory. It is very, very shocking.